Let us discuss about pathogenesis of corneal ulcer. Pathogenesis of corneal ulcer. Corneal ulcer. Right? Pathogenesis of corneal ulcer. First, for corneal ulcer to develop, there should be abrasion of cornea. Right? This abrasion can be due to many causes. For whatever cause it may be, if there is abrasion, what happens next? There will be invasion by invading organisms, right? Invasion by microorganisms, right? Then there then the next step will be ulcer formation. Okay, the next step will be ulcer formation. This formation of ulcer will takes place in 4 stages. Let's see the stages. Okay, it takes place in 4 stages. What are these stages? Let's look at them. The first stage is stage of progressive infiltration. Second stage is stage of active ulceration. Third stage is stage of regression. Fourth stage is stage of cicatrization. Clear? So the pathogenesis of ulcer formation will takes place in 4 stages. Clear? In 4 stages. The first one is stage of progressive infiltration. Second one is stage of active ulceration. Third stage is stage of regression. Fourth stage is stage of cicatrization. After these stages, ulcer will develop, right? So then after these stages, depending upon the host immunity or virulence of infesting organism, there will be different fates. Either it can become, it can enlarge in size, both anterior and posterior, or sometimes in the lateral sides. So this ulcer may become localized and heal. Okay, sometimes this ulcer can heal, or sometimes it converts into a perforation, right? Or sometimes it can spread in all the directions, right? It may involve whole cornea also. Okay, after these 4 stages, the ulcer may heal. Or it can penetrate, right? It can penetrate the cornea, or it can spread, right? It can spread in lateral direction, or in anterior posterior direction. So anything can happen. Now let's see in detail about the stages. The first stage I told you is stage of progressive infiltration, right? Stage of progressive infiltration. In this stage, what happens is, in this stage there will be infiltration. Infiltration by what? By infiltration by lymphocytes. Right? There will be infiltration by lymphocytes or some polymorphonuclear cells. Right? So if suppose this is cornea, there is abrasion, then what happens? Okay, this is cornea, this is abrasion. What happens? Next, there will be infiltration by lymphocytes and polymorphonuclear cells to these sites, right? This as a this is as a part of response to the injury, right? So there is abrasion. After abrasion there is invasion by microorganisms. Then after there will be infiltration by lymphocytes and polymorphonuclear cells. Due to this infiltration, what happens? There it results in necrosis. Clear? It results in necrosis and sloughing off. Right? So in the first stage, what we see is infiltration by lymphocytes and polymorphonuclear cells. This results in necrosis, right, and sloughing off. This is the first stage. Let's move to the second stage. Second stage is stage of active ulceration. Stage of active ulceration. Here what happens is, as I told you, at the end of first stage there will be necrosis, right? There will be necrosis, right? After this there will be sloughing off. Then there results in the formation of ulcer, right? So this is ulcer formation, right? Suppose this is ulcer. So now the ulcer has formed. Then the sides, these margins, right? These will protrude out. This will protrude out because accumulation of fluid accumulation. Okay, so there is protruding out of what margins, right? Protruding of margins. Clear? So first there will be necrosis, then after sloughing of what, of the involved part, if it is epithelium or if it is Bowman's membrane, whatever. The involved part will undergo necrosis and this will be sloughed off, and it results in formation of ulcer. And the margins, all these things will undergo protrusion because there will be accumulation of water in the cornea. Clear? After this ulcer can extend into downwards, or it can extend into sidewards also. Clear? So this is stage of active ulceration. During this active ulceration, what we can see is there will be hyperemia. There will be hyperemia around cornea. Clear? Okay, around cornea. Okay, this cornea, right? Around cornea we will see hyperemia. This is due to dilation of blood vessels, and there will also be vascular congestion of iris and ciliary body. There will also be vascular congestion of iris and ciliary body. Why do we think there is vascular congestion of iris and ciliary body? Because you see there are toxins released from the ulcer, right? These ulcers will irritate the blood vessels of iris and ciliary body, and that results in vascular congestion. Now here what happens is, due to this vascular congestion, the lymphocytes, all these cells will come out, right? Cells will come out, right, from blood vessels, and these will accumulate in the anterior chamber, right? Anterior chamber. This results in hypopyon. Clear? So how does the hypopyon develops? Hypopyon develops because due to what? Due to escape of cells from blood vessels of ciliary body and iris. Clear? Blood vessels of ciliary body and iris. This results in hypopyon. Clear? Okay. This is about how hypopyon develops. Next, moving to Stage of regression. Stage of regression. In this stage, what happens is, you see, based depending upon host immunity, recovery of ulcer will take place, right? Depending upon host immunity, what happens is recovery of ulcer. That means healing of ulcer will take place. So to boost this immunity, what we give is we give treatment, right? We give treatment to boost this immunity, and that results in a recovery. I mean healing. How does this recovery takes place? Now at this stage, what happens is these there will be polymorphonuclear cells, right? Like macrophages. These cells will come to the site of ulcer and they will eat away all the debris. They will kill those invading microorganisms. Okay, so these cells will eat away all the debris, all the microorganisms, and clean this and it cleans the surface, right? It cleans the base of the ulcer and everything will be kept clean, so that ulcer will heal. So the macrophages will phagocyte the debris and microorganisms. And initially, due to eating of these, due to the action of these microorganisms, it appears that there is increase in size of ulcer. Okay, due to eating away of all these debris, it looks like as the ulcer is growing, but actually it is healing, right? Okay, sometimes even vascularization is also needed, depending upon ulcer severity of ulcer. Sometimes even neovascularization will also take place, right? Okay, and after this eating away of all the debris and microorganism, now epithelium will start to grow from sidewards, right? If it is ulcer, then epithelium will start growing here, right? Will start growing from sides. So epithelium will start growing, will start growing. So this is the stage of regression, right? So in stage of regression, what we see is there will be healing of ulcer. I told you how this healing takes place. Clear? Next, moving to stage of regression. Stage of cicatrization. At this stage, what happens is there will be scar formation. So if it is ulcer, right? Like this is ulcer. From the sidewards on the superficial surface, there will be formation of epithelium, right? On the superficial surface, there will be formation of epithelium from sidewards. But below it, there is formation of scar. I mean fibrous tissue, right? These fibrous tissue will be found by fibroblasts of cornea, right? Fibroblasts of right. These fibroblasts of cornea will form fibrous tissue, which we consider as scar. And this scar formation will depend upon the extent of ulcer. I mean the depth at which ulcer has formed. Okay, if the ulcer is limited to only epithelium, then we cannot see this scarring, right? If there is only epithelium involved in scarring, sorry, if there is only epithelium involvement in ulcer formation, then we cannot see this scar formation. But if the involvement goes behind this epithelium, if the ulcer is behind this epithelium, then we can observe the formation of scar, and it varies depending upon the extent it has got. Clear? So this is about pathogens of corneal ulcer. Thank you.